a ginormous victory for the Titans tonight. They take game 3 of 4. They are up 2-1 right now. They have the chance to win the series tomorrow against the Braves. Would be the first time they have done so all season long. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports, Phillies post-game show. Like we mentioned, huge victory for the Phillies. A great way to close out probably their worst month of the season so far. A 3-0 victory over the Braves tonight. Player of the game. I'm only going to do one because we're going to be talking about the other one in just a little bit. But it's Edmundo Sosa, who started at second base tonight. 2 for 2, 1 home run, and he had 2 of the 3 RBIs for the Titans tonight. Certainly helped out with the HRS Triple play, which we'll be getting into. Continues to be red hot. So stick around to see if those hit. And hitting with runners in scoring position. Phillies did a terrible job at it yesterday, but didn't get a single run tonight when there was a runner in scoring position. You had the Sosa solo home run. You had the Trey Turner solo home run. And then you had the Edmundo Sosa double. Weston Wilson was at first, so he was not in scoring position. So did not need to get the runners in scoring position at bats done tonight. Did what they did last night, just a better game from Zach Wheeler. Speaking of Zach Wheeler, our other player of the game, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, and congratulations to him. He earned his 100th career win, one of the better Phillies pitchers in recent memory. I'd say one of the best, honestly. I think it's him and Nola since the Roy Halladay, Cole Hamels, Cliff Lee days. You could even argue that Zach Wheeler may be better than Cole Hamels and Cliff Lee, but that's a debate for another day. But Wheeler was phenomenal tonight. It was a pitcher's duel with Max Fried. He went 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs, walked 4, only struck out 4. So again, helping us out with the triple play. But said they had to make Fried uncomfortable. Didn't have to do that so much. Fried does not give up a lot of home runs. And Trey Turner has 4 home runs against him now. No other person has more than 2 in their career. So Trey Turner figuring something out with Max Fried. A phenomenal game there. Go back to Zach Wheeler. He's one of the best pitchers in the entire league. I feel like after tonight, he's making a stronger case for the Cy Young race with Chris Sale. I know Chris Sale is kind of running away with it right now. I want to see what the odds are because last time I checked, Sale was minus 300 and Wheeler was like, and then Wheeler was like plus 800. This is as of today at 2:30. So before the games tonight, Chris Sale is minus 752. Zach Wheeler is plus 450. So I would expect those odds to go a little bit more in Wheeler's favor. Chris Sale, Phillies will not be seeing him during this series. He will be pitching on, I believe, Monday for the Braves if they play. Either way, he will be pitching for the Braves either on Monday or Tuesday. And if he has a bad game, this could make the month of September very interesting for the National League Cy Young race. Tariq Skubal is going to win it in the American League. He's at minus 5,882. So that race is pretty much over. He's having a phenomenal season. Mentioned Emmanuel Clase that he should get some votes. He is currently third, right? He's tied for second, actually, at plus 2,500 with Corbin Burns. So shout out Emmanuel Clase, becomes the Guardians' all-time save leader, and currently he is third on, according to Fox Sports, for their Cy Young. For the American League, Chris Sale minus 752. Zach Wheeler's plus 450, and then the next closest is Hunter Green at plus 5,500. So American League is pretty much done and over with Tariq Skubal, and the National League pretty close with Chris Sale and Zach Wheeler. Could definitely see the month of September being the race to see who's going to win it. Wheeler was obviously in a similar position in 2022 with Corbin Burns. Was that 20? I believe that was 2022. Or was that 2021? I think it was 2021. But nonetheless, Zach Wheeler maybe have running up in the Cy Young for the National League once again. But with a strong September, I really do believe that they will give it to him because I feel like he is too good of a pitcher to not have that award for a multiple-time All-Star, one of the better pitchers in the league. So I feel like if he can, but it's also Chris Sale. The voters would love to give it to him. A guy that was struggling for years on the Red Sox gets traded to the Braves and then instantly is back to the way he used to be. So I could definitely see the voters maybe basing it off of who has the better September. So we shall see about that. Jose Alvarado and Tyler Phillips will both be on the roster tomorrow. So two pitchers. I would assume that Junior Marte is going to be sent down, and maybe Max Lazar. That's my other guess for now, unless they do so. Taiwan Walker's in the bullpen, though. So I really think it's Max Lazar, unfortunately. He has been very good. Did not have a good last game, gave up 2 runs. The first runs he has given up in his, 6 or 7 innings that he's pitched so far. Unfortunate news, but I do think it will be 100% Junior Marte, and I'm assuming that it will be Max Lazar. Let's go to Fangraphs, see what the options are, because you can see how many options somebody has. So bullpen, it's either Kirkering, Tanner Banks, Max Lazar, or Junior Marte. Max Lazar still has 3 options left, so I unfortunately do think it's going to be him. But you get Jose Alvarado back. That's huge. You get your flame-throwing lefty back in the bullpen. Get him for the entire month of September. He did confirm he went back to Venezuela to deal with some personal matters. Did not go into specifics, but glad that everything is okay and that he will be back with the team. Definitely, hopefully, going to be a big provider for the Phillies for the rest of the regular season and for the postseason. So, yeah, I would assume that Junior Marte and Max Lazar both are optioned to AAA. Maybe they DFA Junior Marte because this will be his last option. So we shall see tomorrow. But what we shall see right now is the red hot HRS Triple play where we hit another multi-bet night. So let's see what we cooked up tonight. I don't know how we did it, but we hit home run bets on back-to-back nights. We said Bryson Stott at plus 1,200 last night, and then Edmundo Sosa at plus 650 tonight. That's back-to-back nights of getting the bonus bet, which are usually home runs. So phenomenal picks there. Was out to dinner, and I didn't watch the first 3 innings of the game. And I saw Sosa homer. I was like, are you kidding me? No way. I stinks because Thursday, if I had known Bryce Harper was dealing with the injuries, I would have said Brandon Marsh because I was like, oh yeah, him and Stott are plus 1,200. That's the reason I picked Stott yesterday, was because he was plus 1,200. I was like, oh, he said it yesterday. I feel like he's going to do it again tonight. And he did. And then Sosa tonight. So bam, that's one. And then we hit 2 more. Max Fried did hit the under on 6.5 strikeouts at minus 180. He did finish with 4. I think he's gotten 4 strikeouts in all of his appearances against the Phillies this year, minus that first game. He was only in for 2/3 of an inning. That really doesn't count, but 4 strikeouts in his previous 3 starts this year against the Phillies. Weston Wilson over 1.5 HRR at plus 115. That one is the one that we did not hit tonight. I think he was 0 for 2. Did score a run though, so we were 1 shy of hitting that. Hitting for the cycle, man, grand slam, whatever you want to call it. But we did hit the Austin Hayes 2+ total bases at plus 150. He is an absolute stud when it comes to facing left-handed pitchers, and he got the job done tonight, getting 2+ total bases. So again, we went 3 for 4. Max Fried under 6.5 strikeouts at minus 180. Austin Hayes 2+ total bases at plus 150, and then the bonus bet at plus 650. And then Edmundo Sosa home run hit that 450 feet. Would have been, I think it's the second longest home run the Phillies have had all season long. So pretty awesome stuff from Edmundo Sosa. And got to give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Michael Harris. That catch was unbelievable. Looked like it was just going to barely get out, but Michael Harris made a phenomenal, tracked it really well, and then made a great jump and robbed Austin Hayes of a home run. He would have gone 3 for 3 tonight, but you know what? It's okay. It didn't matter. Braves shut out tonight, so it all worked out. So yeah, credit where credit is due to Michael Harris. He made that really great catch. And here's a catch. You should go to Win Daily. Use that code HEAT. Get 50% off. You see tonight, we hit another 3. This isn't the first time. In the past week, we have had multiple nights where we have had 3. I think in the past week, we've had more nights where we've hit 3 to 4 bets than we have 0. I don't even think there has been a night where we've hit 0. I think we're on a roll here. So yeah, go to Win Daily. Use that code HEAT. Get 50% off for all the best bets. Running out of time. You are not going to want to miss this deal. So not just Philly. Moments of the night. Pretty scary news coming out of San Francisco. Their rookie wide receiver, Ricky Pearsall, was shot during a robbery. The Niners released this statement. They said, quote, San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall was the victim of an attempted robbery and shooting this afternoon. He sustained a bullet wound to his chest and is in serious but stable condition. We ask that you please respect his privacy at this time. Our thoughts and prayers are with Ricky and the entire Pearsall family. So, very scary stuff when you have Brian Robinson get shot not a couple years. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I can't remember when. But shot in the chest during an armed robbery, like that's scary stuff. And you just had the tragedy 2 days ago with the Gaudreau brothers tragically getting hit by an alleged drunk driver. So, man, these athletes, not good looks. It's tragedy. You never want to see anybody get hurt. And especially when it's guys that can play their sport at a high level, it's so unfortunate. Like, I can't. It's too much. It all needs to stop. It's crazy. But prayers to Ricky Pearsall. Hopefully he makes a full recovery. Hopefully he can play sometime during the season because the season starts in about a week for the 49ers. So I doubt he's going to be able to start the season, especially if he was shot in the chest. They say he's in serious, but thankfully stable condition. So we'll see if he'll even be able to play this season, which is really unfortunate. Really liked him coming out of Florida. Was going to be probably their wide receiver 3, and big fantasy hype surrounding him. So just prayers up to Ricky Pearsall. Hopefully he can heal up as quickly as possible and get back on the field whenever he is back to 100%. So prayers up to Ricky Pearsall once again. Dodgers, they are winning. They were winning 6-5 when I made this. Let's see. Still 6-5, top of the 7th. They mentioned earlier, the big 3 is back. Their top 3 are Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. That's the top of their lineup tonight. And what do? They go back to back to back. So preview of what you're going to be likely seeing for the Dodgers come October. They're starting to get healthy. Well, their batters are starting to get healthy. Their pitchers, not so much. Clayton Kershaw going back to the 15-day IL. He left the game yesterday with toe inflammation. So now he's going back on the injured list. Don't know if he's going to be back for the rest of the season. Kershaw has been very injury prone in his later half, but let me read the exact article. I just want to make sure that they don't say he will be back. He said there's so much swelling in his toe that he can barely move around with it. That's what Dave Roberts said. So just unfortunate. Bone spur. Apparently he's been dealing with it for a long time. Brent Honeywell was recalled to the major leagues for the Dodgers. So sucks for Kershaw. He's one of the best pitchers maybe of all time. And it stinks just to see him dealing with all of these injuries. Hasn't looked the same as he's used to. Has barely pitched this season. So hopefully the Dodgers can get him back for the postseason. And in college football, no ranked teams have lost yet, but there will be a ranked team that will lose because Texas A&M is playing Notre Dame. Shout out Ole Miss. They're up 76-0 over Furman. Crazy stuff there. Alabama's up 63-0. Michigan's up 16-3. So kind of a close game there. Oregon's up 17-7 on Idaho. Notre Dame is up 13-6 on Texas A&M right now. Those are the 2 ranked teams. likely the loser of that game is going to be the only ranked team to lose in week one, which is pretty impressive. You usually see a couple in week one, some upsets, but none tonight, unless Texas A&M can pull it off. I think Texas A&M was actually the favorite. They're ranked 20th, and Notre Dame is ranked number 7. And I think somehow Texas A&M was like minus 12, which is crazy. I have never personally seen that. So, yeah, looking like that the loser, which is as of right now Texas A&M, but it's a one-score game. You got a whole quarter and plus 3-11, 3-11 left in the third. So could be anybody's game. Arizona, the other ranked team that plays tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, Clemson. What am I talking about? The only team. So whoever loses Texas A&M and Notre Dame will join Clemson as the likely only ranked teams to lose, besides maybe Michigan or Arizona, depending on what they do for the rest of their games. So week one of college football is almost done. But what's the big game next week? I think is Ohio State. Let's see. Temple's playing Navy. Penn State's playing Bowling Green. Texas and Michigan. That's the big game. 12 p.m. Surprised that's not the primetime game. What's the primetime game? Texas and Michigan. The number 4 ranked team against the number 9 ranked team. I'm very surprised that's not the primetime game. Let's see what they got. Oh, yeah, it's Tennessee at North Carolina State. I would have preferred that to, I guess, because I don't know. I don't know how they really do with the ratings, because I know College Game Day, they like having it where the night game is with the ESPN game or ABC, whatever you watch it on. So I guess I'm assuming College Game Day is going to NC State next week, because I'm sure that's because there's going to be plenty of opportunities to go to Michigan and not probably as many opportunities to go to NC State. So I kind of see as their reasoning. I guess it's kind of smart. You get more eyes on that program. People may be tired of Michigan and Texas. They have been around and really good for a long time. But tomorrow, Phillies, Spencer Schwellenbach, they saw him. He lit them up earlier. 5-6 with a 3.72 ERA, going up against Aaron Nola. Nola's up 12-6, a 3.30 ERA. The game is on ESPN tomorrow night, so sad to say for everyone that was not a fan of the games tonight. The commentators, not going to get much better with ESPN. From what I watched, they sounded pretty good. They sounded pretty biased or non-biased. I've heard other people say that they were biased towards the Braves. I mean, it was John Smoltz, one of the most popular Braves of all time, one of the best pitchers of all time, and then Brandon Gaudin. He's the Braves play-by-play guy. So I didn't really watch too much of the game, but when I did listen to it, they sounded pretty non-biased to me. So ESPN tomorrow, I forget who their commentators are. Let me look that up real quick. They don't have Alex Rodriguez anymore, thankfully, because I was not a fan of Alex Rodriguez in the booth. I feel like they would not talk about the game at all. They would just like have conversations about whatever. So yeah, kind of glad that it's not Alex Rodriguez. I can't find it. I saw it somewhere. It's not John Shambi, is it? I don't know. It might be John Shambi. I know it's Eduardo Perez. I know he's the color commentator. I just don't know who the play-by-play man is. Not sure who it is. ESPN kind of rotates with that. If it's John Shambi, cool. He's Cubs play-by-play guy. He is on the MLB The Show. He's that commentator on there. So I am a fan of John Shambi. So if it is him, great. If it's not him, gotta see who it is. Yeah. So pregame. Game does start at 7:10, but going to the game, so do a pregame early live at 5:30 p.m. Lineups will be out by then. They came out really early today. Also, the Phillies announced for the rest of the season that Saturday and Sunday games, gates would open 2 hours prior, which is huge news. So you might be able to catch some batting practice from both teams now. So shout out to the Phillies for making that. They should do that with all the games, or at least make it like an hour, hour and a half, because I feel like 45 minutes is too short, because you have to sometimes wait in lines to get in, and sometimes it's not enough time to, people want to buy food, people want to buy merch. It's just 45 minutes is too short. So, yeah, pregame live tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Make sure you're tuning into that. Thank you for all that tuned in tonight. Appreciate it. As always, I will see you tomorrow here live on Heat Ratio Sports at 5:30 p.m. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're commenting, make sure you're subscribing, and pressing that notification bell. You get notified as soon as we go live. You are not going to want to miss tomorrow's show. It's going to be a great one. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Hopefully we can talk another Phillies win. So take care, everyone. Have a good one. And as always, stay fresh, my friends.